Struggle means if you have a narrow road and you are bigger than that narrow road, you have to force yourself, so squeeze and squeeze, and that's the definition of a struggle. So anybody that would think a struggle means, a paradise and come and chop here, like you said, that person is not only deceiving himself, but doing himself a disservice. So I must actually thank IPOB Italy because you have been doing a very fantastic job. And I'm telling you this, you guys are doing the best fantastic job. It doesn't mean that you cannot do more, but once you have done as I join after the more also,
Biafra.
So it means we must continue this trend. When we talk about which family in the world is formidable, IPOB Italy, I don't know whether you have rival anymore. Yes. So, and I must also thank our people back home. You see, these are guys who will walk out of their father's houses and will not be sure of their lives coming back. That is just the truth today. Before, I used to think blacks in America are the ones that are threatened so badly because there are a lot of KKK people in police. They find a reason to gun them down. If you see a young man, a black man who goes out, for his own business and he doesn't come back home. And then nothing happens to that police. But today, our own is even the worst. Our own is even the worst. Look at the young people being gunned down every day. Some of them, of course, out of their stupidity because either with some idiot somewhere commanding them to mess around. IPOB will follow, our not only code of conduct, we follow honesty, and we follow what makes sense. The last thing we want to do is to spill the blood of our people. Nobody should send you a harm's way where there's no assurance that you can survive there and come back. Nobody does that. This leadership will not do it. If you are sent the harm's way, you are equipped to do what you need to do, protect yourself and all that. But you have people now who are believing in some idiot somewhere, telling them to go and die, and they go and die just for nothing. For nothing. If you're going to rescue a village where Fulani is being invaded, and with their cows and raping women and all that, and you die in that cause, it makes sense. That makes sense.
That's for the struggle.
Now, when somebody sends you to go and kidnap, and you're kidnapping your own people, that is not what IPOB does. IPOB is not in our DNA. It is in our DNA to better the life of our people and to protect them, and not to make their life more difficult or worse. So we must differentiate between indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB is original. I have said it before. IPOB is original. There's no fake about it. Any other name as suffix or prefix is fake. As simple as that. If you want to go and answer Briggy or whatever is your name, let it be and stick to it. And if you are making any poster, don't put Nnamdi Kanu there. Don't put anything IPOB. Do your own thing, isn't it?
Of course.
Because Chukwu Abia myself, we should come. And that is why we're successful today. Even Onyendu, or what has happened to him, unfortunately, will not lead to his death. By the grace of God. It will not lead to the worst case scenario. Because Chukwu Abia also asked him to come. Chukwu Abia asked him to come. And he will survive what the ordeal is going through. He will survive it. So, and we know how Chukwu Abia works. He will not forsake you. It doesn't mean that you might not fall into trouble one day, but he will not forsake you because he asked you to come. So we'll pray for our leader, Mazi Nzurumike. Whatever happens, pray for him. Meanwhile, the leadership is doing what it has to do to support his release. In as much as there are cows, everybody knows there are cows on the field of legality. But things have been sorted out to make sure that it is in his own best interest. We have used so many means, including individuals to go to speak to him. Speak to him so that those deceiving him to take the wrong decisions will not succeed, because it is not in best interest that he is now the one representing himself talking in the court. It's so bad, isn't it? And that we never saw before. We had a strategy. The strategy was our team of lawyers, very, very formidable lawyers, they won the case. As simple as that. Now, fix your step on that and fight and make sure that that very pronouncement from that court stands. And we had the opportunity to do that. It was just there. In the worst case scenario, we can invite some necessary, waters to now step into to make sure that because the zoo was feeling already uncomfortable in that very case, in that very situation, with the Zeko manager. That zoo was completely crumbled and obliterated completely. And my brothers and my sisters, this was where we were. That's where we were. And the zoo had no chance. They were like, where do we go from here now? I don't want to use a very raw word here. In the language, that's the way you say it. When you hold them somewhere. So they had no chance at all with that very situation. Until somehow some people went to deceive our leader. Will put it that way. I'm a very straightforward person. That's the other option will be better. An option where our leader will now be the one standing and defending himself and calling Yanko my lord, and this and that. It's not supposed to be that way. But I thank God that we are still on it, making sure that the right thing happens. So at this juncture, I want to thank all of you once more and say, let us be more than this very number by next time. Let us be more than this, and that will take not only your coordinator, and it will take all of us. It will take our effort to bring back some of our brothers who somehow maybe were not focused like you. We can bring them back, let them be more focused again, talk to them, and because people must understand, we have no other option. I have tried my best to research whether we have an option to all this. We have no option. Any option? No option. Some of them are talking about restructuring. What is restructuring? Is it not a Buri Accord? Is there any difference? Because of that, they killed about 10 million people. Yet, today, some of them who fought us are now talking about restructuring, which is a Buri Accord. Ujuku was actually. And by the way, they even agreed to it. It came to a stand. And then somehow the evil empire on the other side, I hope Russia will drop something on them. Absolutely. And then they'll go and relax. So I thank you at this juncture and say, oh hey Biafra! Oh hey Biafra! Oh hey Biafra! Oh hey Biafra! You must continue. Only because when you was wait till you before you continue walk with them. Yeah. You get when you was well, because I can't tell you to get when you ask questions. If not, we interrupt the question of questions. Biafrans, freedom, Biafra. You are all welcome. You are all greeted from all perspectives. And I want to sincerely thank those who are present here today. Because there's one thing I know, and I think it works out, just like when Mazi Nzurumike started. But before I start, I want to say kudos to our deputy HDOS. Highly welcome to this. This is the second time or third time you are visiting time. And you can see how we are doing. And I thank you for embracing languages and encouraging language that you are putting here. I know that we are all Italians. I will represent Ipob in any way, anytime. You can get a receipt from any family. That is what you have to do. Don't say you come to Spain. You cannot pay your dues. Pay it in Spain. And have your receipts. And it's very, very important so that they will know, yes, you are really a hard worker.
Biafrans, Nnamdi, our national coordinator Italy, and your executives, and in fact, and the coordinator of Milano, that man has been this for more than 10 years. Though it's not too easy to come easy. But what is there is that we still encourage and thank you for your effort. So you made this glory God that we all are here. And I think this is the first time we are having 30th May here in Milan, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Maybe I'm absent. So I hope the next 30th May that might come in your turn will be greater than this that we are saying. Having said all this, I don't have much to say. I want to greet our Adatu, the only Ada Biafra that we are seeing often. And that is Chidima. More Christ to able. But you see,
Chidima is in a fantastic
job. Patrick and all the whole coordinators. But there is one thing we know, and language that we do use. Our head of this struggle, Mazi Nzurumike Kanu. See, no, he said, not that when we praise you, tomorrow, Satan or devil will enter you. We don't take that. What I want you people to continue remembering is that language called consistency. In any condition, and fearless before your enemy. There was a trip I made to Panama. It nearly took my head and my but we stood it. It's just an example. These two chips of an iceberg. You don't have to walk it down. Let us die here now. The problem is right. Sisters is always very good. Always be in the midst. Be among. That is why that language of some good.
Yes. We need to offer from the community.
You are in here? Sorry. Consistency and be called at duty. Don't be wanted because Biafra, all of us will mobilize ourselves to go and be in the forefront. So you people have to be always ready. Whether you are tiny, you are fat, anything, just be ready. Because when we get there, some will fall into the military, some will fall into ESN, and many other people who have the strength to go. So we still have a lot of things to do in Biafra land. Here we are just eating bread and tea. When we get to Biafra land, it is then we all shall be put into duty. All of us. So, having said this, I congratulate all that came. I say Chukwu who created this heaven and earth should lead us back as he led us here. And those who are still on the way, who did not come, the Chukwu still give them the impetus to remember Ipob and his activity. Now for Chukwu
He said what Chineke. He said what Chineke.
After him, one more.
All head Biafra. Because the fact now, humans can draw, open up some opportunity for somebody like you people here, which is how I believe that now. And negative and positive now, and double now that's what go negative and positive and there was something like consequences to negative part of it. Sometimes when you keep the organization affect you change what can now
I'm a member of IPOB from year 2015 up to date, by special grace of God. Now, by my own little effort, I'm trying to lead the meeting. All of them to be the meeting. I'm trying to make my own effort. I don't want to say that actually he prays the one before the members. But so one thing now go to Maya, now like check and join the HDOS. Just opening one meeting. Somebody like Nnamdi, our financial secretary or minister, at a point of time, organization like IPOB, a woman decided that at a time, kitchen our money last year no win. Owó na go, owó you go up to say madam. No bro na this ega yiji. Na people check there no. In case I come mama tomorrow, nigga put this money. Or man, how to come now? Just come now. I don't know why you need to when you was you go. All that now. Need to put this money. Their generation will pay for this money. So that someone like my financial secretary in the IPOB na pressure zone. Someone like we have no courage tomorrow to think about what's IPOB money one side. I can enjoy everybody. Udochia. Thank you, my brother.
The war, Mazi. And his question is very valid. And we're the more worried about the whole thing, the saga with Nnamdi and our money. I don't know if I have a rival in terms of being worried. It's quite perturbing, of course, and or a disaster in Germany. But anything like that happens has its own origins. It has its own origin. I didn't want to lead a man to but when I'm a human being called. Why a human being? A human being, of course, they're perfect. Why I made mistake? Because in America, I mad a mistake was made. A man went for you, now about so-called head of finance, man, in the coin ahead, who is in that department, the whole on yours, only you. When we created IPOB account in Germany, I was then the national coordinator. Yeah. I had my signature there because the bylaw of Yahoo organization, Yahoo registration, requires that my signature goes in there. But I still have to, as at that time, I still had to have a long hand, long finger, long leg, not to go too close. Why? Because as no one yet in charge in here about finance IPOB. So I can only have my signature there, had the opportunity to observe. Now, if we have yes, I told Diego here and there. No one I told Diego. But I had no power to withdraw, no power to transact, nothing. Now, boom, Kiri, you can see or you can observe, but you have no powerless when you get no. So that time was maybe once in a year or twice or three times in a year if I had a zeal. You see, come there, that's all. But then there was only one. Because she reported only to Mazi Nzurumike. Then they want respect for HOD, want respect for anybody because then. Yeah, of course, I'm coming to that. Right. Exactly. Then what happened at some point, this woman, on your bella that now, and all that, somehow she got employed. We have an office here, one full-time job, and professional. I won't bother like I'm an office. Of course, it's the office of that's supposed to be maintained by the HOD and deputy HOD, of course. But inside the same office, we have a department for finance, just an office. A critical idea. So, okay, since you have been employed to take care of, we can now run finance. So you can be coming there, you get letter. You check the letter box, and if something for the leadership, drop it on my desk. She knows my desk. She passes through my office to her own, or she can go through the corridor. or through the reception room. So it was going on like that. Then at some point, because I'm it's 2018. It's 2018, January. And I need the salary. You are well employed, fine. Because I think the idea for her not to be tempted to mess up with the phone. So, I believe in Germany, or not, she can get a job and happy go over. Happy go over. Why can't they go back home? Why can't people are suffering? People when guy made something and when he I want a widows, they can come in this money. Families are closed, baka complete, what they have for only one son is gone, fighting for Biafra. You know, Nigeria never here now for this now our money. You can't even, we're all voluntary. All voluntary kind of now what they do is let me now fight. Now bad they been there. Oh, I think some time ago, if I may tell you, I want to reveal exactly where, but on behalf of IPOB, spend my 5,000. Mazi me force Nnamdi. Mazi Nzurumike. Mazi about European. We went to that thing and took a very heavy risk. A very serious journey we made. Nobody has refunded that money. Our pocket, all sacrifice. Man, I want to know that salary. You went one day say what? I thought some point someone you do not see me answer no come salary increase. This is before Chukwuka Biamaga. I don't want him that way. I'm telling you because I'm still angry rich. I'm still very, very angry. And on that day, I say, you won't put that to them, tell it to her. You are a criminal. Or someone get I'm going to get a report to you. So go and report. See, you were a criminal again. What you are receiving here, our finance, I want a national web data, and where our we have on your child companies, consultants, because here I'm involved, task no me hindi anile. So I have we have a I may accord them master. What I how want to make it? How want na afford to see young salary and they keep poor record. She was not comfortable with that. Yeah, bet to me. I know you do not see sign. So you do let me know. You do knows me. I want my contact. I will go and give them big one to sign for your increment. She got angry. That is even where my sleep Kemunaya started to explode from that day going forward. And when they up to today, when I were like this. What happened to this now? Because now she was the one having only the sole power to that account. That's why she had the temerity to get the money. How did the Tinubu say it? She grab it and run and snatch it and run away. Some people never hear what anything to do with that. National coordinator to come Germany national coordinator came in to replace Onyenke, replace him more. And as he came in, he had to go and sign also the laws. No guy signature guy no there. Or the Mambus also Nini. Then I got angry. Now started fighting. Onyenke should remove the national coordinator to Germany. And on one day, I saw a forum letter to sign that I have to withdraw from that account my signature, so I cannot see what happens there. I said, those is my witness. Oh, yeah, can you the letter to forward to me? Yes.
I see that.
I will go one day in that office that only this thing I should not see what is happening in the account. So am I empowered like you? I'm only seeing where I'm one time. I was just once in a year or 2 times in a year. Why are you telling me what you do? Say when you can tell me, call me and tell me directly. Oh no, you didn't know in contact. What are you telling me? Because I don't like all this shiggy. Spade and spade. I don't care. I don't care. Come on, I don't care. Why can't you jump tomorrow? Put evidence. Okay, what are we talking about? As at the time she went to close that account, she never left with anything less than 1 million, according to my calculations at that time. Unu ma ihe nwere ike iji odega ha eme.
Ụmụ akwụkwọ na-ata ahụhụ.
Ha nwụna gari. What about widows? What about family close? What about ụmụaka hapụrụ papa ha gaga nwụrụ anyị ọnwụ?
As scheduled before.
What are we talking about? And them out here, man. And them out here, no more Biafra. Oh, you see not the hidden place on a column there. We don't have our address. You know, you go that now. Maybe we are not talking to her. I ain't a lawyer now, Germany. I actually, it's a police country. I want to also agent and fight for things. Anyaga Mamuni has to Keboya for Manoli or this and that. We just decided, the leadership decided to follow it in a legal procedure. Or we can return all the money to where it belongs because according to the laws of association and organization, yes. So the thing is ongoing. No money has to take time. Yes. But if we fail, is it?
Yes.
The process is on.
Oh, Morgan, please, we want that money back. No. Whether she, or here now, whether prison or not, she has to bring the money back. That's a, I'm not interested in her punishment.
You want her to go to give the money for the children?
Or return all that money to the people. As simple as that. That's why his question is valid. His question is valid, and I'm not here to massage the whole thing. My God is straightforward. And here give me a chikome today.
They are whiter than
Thank you for your spoken.
Mazi, onye jụrụ ajụjụ. Yes, I want to join something HOD kwuru now, Deputy HOD kwuru. About that ihe gbasara nne ya anya. The truth of the matter is we are pursuing it hardly. Germany there, but you know the problem. That liaison office is in Nyanya's name. Maybe only she chefuli kunka. So later in our being one area they are not hide. So I'm going to court with to go to court. Yes, she's here the thing. So it's about 3 weeks ago. Camila, the national coordinator, find it out now. Court rule the thing. Well, we need to have small justice because they have been calling us Ayana because we are not seeing the letter. Notification. You see, now with the appeal again, which if you watch a calendar now, they are so disturbed. So, even herself, most of you will need to so, but
sorry to cut it, the key to the letter box.
Exactly.
Yes. So somebody would have time to go in there to check what kind of, or them back.
No, I'm going to go to you have to talk about this. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. When you in there, well, you're welcome. I appreciate your comment and more or less everyone here. I also appreciate your presence. Because you have shown that all of us believe in this struggle. He said it's struggle, it's a struggle. There's no easy road on it. And that is my belief. I'm Emi Chris, known as Emi Chris of Radio Biafra, Mekama Bozo, who you came on the line with, you have a matter with the former national coordinator, if you remember. So I have something that most...
Oh, definitely. Okay, come on.
Thank you. Yeah. I won the war because today is not more here, but I'm here. Yes. Thank you. I won the war because today is no more here, but I'm here. That's how I won the war. So I'm happy about that. Whether it's not interest of being a coordinator or not coordinator. What I need is Biafra because I understand the sufferings of our people. I did 20 years ago, so and I'm not happy about that. I have a disturbing issue. That issue, sometimes I think to ask Mazi China somewhere on Radio Biafra or any other way. But today I'm happy to see you here today. I am who go here Nnamdi Kanu knowingly or unknowingly. Maybe being by the politicians are pushing them somewhere. How do you make mistake? Only do defend when in court doesn't exist. Upon defender himself, all the victory gotten by the former lawyers, how depend upon the defender when. So the same that the former lawyers have done a lot. So my question is that when another mix, I know IPOB have forgotten and they are a mistake. Jaka I chop that lawyer, but a lawyer either international or national. Gas stand there onyendu to defend him because it is not proper onyendu defend the way in the court. That's number one. Number two question is that 2 days ago on 28th, Mazi Nzurumike complained about saboteurs. He saw something people sabotaging, doing this, doing that. It's not a question. I'm just throwing it to you so that you take it to the head. You are one of the head. We here, for my own belief, I believe that we have out for this struggle. Even if I die, I don't have any regrets. I'll be happy. Whatever you people can do to push this struggle forward, you people should do it. It's because it must be. It can never end. Saboteur can never end. Nothing you can stop it. Even during Biafra war, there is saboteur. So, it won't distract time. So here trouble. No consequences here. Maybe home there or any other way. We go direct. I actually our leader say I have 400. Let us replicate Biafra. I actually but I won't actually more but him focus our attention on these people near Basra Biafra. Let us work towards or Biafra land. I walk towards it and get what we want. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
ụmụ Chineke ekele m eji m Igbo asị ya maka ụmụ onye Igbo ndewoni ekele m onye ọbụla bịara nga kele onye isi because okwu ebe tụrụ aka kwụchiri anyị that na yes anyị so n'ihe anyị na-eme because ihe ji na-ekwu ihe ahụ English. Okay, the reason why we are saying this, we find it difficult for in our own zone. Not say English. So anyway, then all are then difficult to find ourselves united in our own organization. At least this brief a little. Some of us coordinators, PRO, this is a collective effort. We don't need to be backslide ourselves because we find difficult to raise common a time in this hour. Especially in our own zone, except my coordinator, me, PRO, and the deputy. So the reason I'm my Begamo.
Anybody want to speak or ask questions should introduce.
Okay, my name is Kizito Njoko. I'm the PRO of IPOB Begamo. The reason why I'm saying this, because we backsliding to do the needful. If not our leader now, I spread this thing. Some of our people think that HOD has cleared our money away. That is the reason why some don't come even meeting ordinary to witness again. So this is a collective effort, I can say. Our people need to gather, make sure that broadcast our needful here. Because more we are organizing so. But look at according to our national. And another thing you're going to see because order easy. Make a Mazi Chike dozim on up that me wrong because people see that na Nigeria and they don't know that we are fighting on the ground. Because only very well na Finland feel on and they take the glory. Move for Nisi, go that on Nikuku. Mazi China some more to 4 hours. How many of us are listening to Radio Biafra? None. We don't need to be fake out, we don't need to be pretending. So I told me to the Macron and then because that and how many people are asking our family of Union on a refund? We need to talk about those things, please.
It's good you spoke the way you did. You are line at total today. You are line at total today. Is to fill the vacuum. That means Umakoko have to feed widows. Remember the people on daily basis, ordering for the money to Enya, for the money to for this project. I'm telling you what I know. His own. And this is honesty. Here can show the leadership. And that is why we are standing firm. That's why we're standing firm. Nene Brugo, yes. But him the idea of taking away that money or that fund, or is it to collapse this struggle? Is that the target? I can do that target. You can't sponsor this struggle and everything will collapse. So I mean, we have legal department, we have a medical department for those of them who are wounded and all that. We have to do their job. And then we have so many other, or even a welfare, Makandino na prison. Then on Angana, almost on a daily basis to treat them. I wanted thousands of guys in Menga picked up by the zoo Alamajiri on the street. Mandina Madi here, IPOB in medicine. People, I'm telling you, innocent women were picked up just like that. You need to know what is happening behind the scene. And it's not something you go to take care of without funds. Or the worst thing you will face, lacking funds to face this thing. And we don't want this struggle to collapse because we must continue, we must soldier on. So, that the time you contribute, anytime you contribute, a whole lot of more are needed to make sure that we progress and fight ahead and move forward and relieve the last investment. Come on, going to get our people. We decided to embark on agricultural project because people can die en masse. It's not every time bullets kill people. Sometimes people die of hunger. People die of slightest disease because they have been lacking the supportive elements in their system for the immune system to work because of anahiriri. Then you see that person, because of mosquito bite, he's gone. And I add that boom. Go and count how many people have died in the last 10 years in Biafra. I know in our hundreds of thousands already that have died in the last, if not millions. I don't know what I'm talking about. People are more now. People. We're not talking about a bullet to kill somebody. We're talking about because of the consequences of the economic effect of what is happening, marginalization effect because our governors are there only to serve their masters. So what can IPOB do to somehow reduce that menace or to curb that very menace? If we invest in agriculture today, next year people are not going to cry of hunger. They will have overflow and they will bring them to the market and sell them much cheaper to others who are not cultivating and still have energy to cultivate another year again. Bags of trucks. We see your hands in the country because trying to claim glory. I don't think the thing. Oh, we don't want to be too loud. Kazu, guy by the knee and
destroy and we understand this.
Oh, guys, now has here. We don't want to reveal much. Here, we can be proud of that. Now, Biafra, they be today, they be tomorrow, but you can be proud of the fact that we keep our people alive, going. Exactly.
Biafra.
Please, but everybody, I want you to have for you to show them. You Mazi, go ahead. Yes. Well, why okay looking at I'm watching.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. And yes, I just want to say thank you very much, everybody. I want to make it as brief as possible. I feel so excited to be here today. I'm happy to see our Deputy Head of Directorate, everybody that came here. I want to say thank you for coming. First of all, I want to motivate Biafrans. And I also want to make Biafrans understand that what we are building is a future.
Yes.
And you cannot build any future without obstacles. And obstacles that does not kill you make you stronger. For us to have been able to survive after the abduction of Mazi Nzurumike Kanu, and been able to survive all the storms, and have been able to get here today, IPOB being intact is a kudos to the leadership and every IPOB member standing on today. And there is one thing I also want our people to understand, that what we are doing is a process. And whatever result you get at the end of the day does not matter if it does not go through the right process.
Yeah.
What we have seen since Mazi Nzurumike Kanu abduction, and even before his abduction, is part of that process. We have seen people who wanted the leadership of IPOB to fail by every means possible. And that was why they seized the funding.
Exactly.
It even came to my notice that even while Mazi Nzurumike Kanu was around, the Directorate of State didn't have any budget to run the affairs of the Directorate of State. There was no budget for the HDOS to function independently. And that was the reason you saw a woman who now took advantage of this to humiliate people, to humiliate members of the HDOS, because she feels that the funding comes through her. And you have to be answerable to her to be able to have any funding to work, which is completely wrong. And this is the structure that was put in place, but IPOB as a people are going to change it, and we are changing it. Now, our people need to understand that the Biafra we are building is a Biafra for the people.
Exactly.
Nobody have come into IPOB to work in the vineyard of any family in Biafra land. It is going to be your own responsibility. It is going to be your own choice. If you decide to work in the vineyard of a particular family in the name of trying to please anybody. But I believe that any sacrifice that has been made at the top have also been made at the bottom. People have died in different families, in different people we don't even know where they are coming from. So we should not focus on a particular family that have lost people, because we have lost people everywhere. Every family in Biafra land in this struggle between 1967 to 17 have lost family members. So nobody should take advantage of the fact that I lost my father, I lost my mother, for that I should be compensated. If you start compensating, how many people are you going to compensate? It means that everybody must be compensated equally. Now, there is one thing I want to leave before I go. It is left for the Biafran people to decide if they want to be in charge of their struggle. It is left for Biafran people to decide if they want to be in charge of their own lives and government. It is left for you to decide if you want it to hand your destiny over to one man who will rule it, ruin it, and return us to the zoo that we are fighting to come out from. It is the Biafran people that will make the final decision where this struggle is going, where it should go, and how we are going to free ourselves. And that's what I have to say.
Where's Pope?
I just want to go and thank you. And I don't have any questions. I'm just telling my people, the Biafrans. I just want to compliment us the impact that we are doing. Many of us don't know. I am nobody in IPO.
somebody.
my family knows. In Nigeria, my political friends, no, he knows. So somebody called me. Somebody I cannot mention.
Audience, please.
Then somebody called me. I was surprised. I was shaking. We stayed in the telephone on telephone that day for 4 hours. I remember I was coming back from Modena to my place. I lived in suburb. I was coming back from Modena with my husband. He was driving. Then we talked. I was hot. I was really tired of the talk. So I passed to my husband, and my husband talked. At the point, we told the person, don't worry, we will get home. After eating, we will call him, or he should call. And he called. And do you know what? Who sent that person? You will not believe. It's people that it's somebody that I cannot believe. No, I know the person right from childhood because I grew up in Owerri. I'm a person. So I was surprised that such an old man can call and start telling me, little me, it's as good as being my father, telling us that if we can talk, I don't know what they thought. That if we can talk to Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, to I told you we get it there. That if we can convince Nnamdi Kanu, now he will come out. Or if we can convince him, when he comes out, that they will all join together to get us there. And this is an old man over 80 years. I was hurt. In fact, since that I have not had contact again. You know how much it was that they had to call me. So all help Biafra. We are doing a lot of contacts. We are doing a lot of impact time will. Now all these governors, all this, even wicked. These people are telling you they are personal friends. Before when they start, when we were kids, they all call me Sister Florence. So we are doing. They are living in fears. The impact time will even die. You people will not do it. But we have all hell Biafra.
Because onye ọbụla enye microphone a, ị ga-eme ya short because ị kọrọ very soon ọ ga-apụ ahịa flight ya ahụ very soon. So ị kọrọ hapụ ibe gị anaghị Mazi after on here apụ ya gana ebe ahụ. Biko Mazi 1 minute for you please. We'll go from there. Imecha gị nye ya data.
Goodbye. Oh, yeah, Biafra. I'm a safety coordinator of Begamo.
Audience.
When I came, I say I'm a deputy coordinator of Bergamo Zone, Italy. I must congratulate IPOB worldwide, more especially IPOB Italy. So, but when I okay, when I came this event, I wanted today this Heroes Day. Then I saw that especially the hallway here into, that's what I want to talk of. Actually, I just want to say something. I know that we IPOB, I know that we IPOB, we sponsored ourselves, and by special grace of God, we are trying and we are doing great. So, and I just want to say that we IPOB, the ones that believe that the spirit of Biafra is in us, God is helping us and we are doing fine. So anytime, I just want to advise our IPOB Italy, anytime we have an event, for we to make that event to be more comfortable for us, at least for the world to see that we are doing well. If there is anything we want to do that hurt us, we can talk to ourselves individually because we are working and we are doing great by God's grace. by special guests of Chuko Kikabian, we are doing great. We can individually fund ourselves and make our events to be great. That's what I want to say, because I don't like we are doing events and we invite HDOS come and the other people came. And we see that we are managing to stay in a small room like this. No. Anything we have the program in Italy in general, we can thought ourselves. And God is blessing us. So we can fund ourselves.
Let me make a suggestion to that.
Okay, I wanted to do so.
My suggestion is he's making a very good point. I remember in those days when I was German national. Sometimes we assigned a zone to take care of something, the kind of an activity we want, an event or something like that. But you don't leave that zone alone. You need to supervise them, you need to make sure everything is in place, you need to follow them up, and where they are lacking, you guys can support the national. We contributed. That's okay. It's a German project, but you guys are hosting, so we can say, okay, this zone, we need so amount for that thing to be successful in the place it's being carried out. And once the finances are there, you need the capable hands as well. So you have to follow up as well, making sure that it is in place. Many things were supposed to be in place before today, right? Many things were supposed to be in place. But like I said before, we should not be distracted with that or somehow, discouraged with that. At the end of the day, the presence of human beings that are here is what matters. Mazi National, I don't know if you wanted to say anything to that.
Yes, I hear Biafra. I want to tell you one thing. My life is, I like where everybody feel happy, feel good. That is my life, if you know me. When people are not happy, you will see me, my face will change. That is me. Money to create a convent, a big place, is never a problem. No matter we don't have. We don't like stressing you people or coming to tell you, bring 1 naira. What of at all now? Just imagine it, you bring that money, coming here to see this mess. You will see there's a problem you have. You will ask me a question now. Well, what did I do with your money? So you see, so when you check, I know why we will do it. We tell them, go and get a better hall. No matter how much it is, let us know. The national body will pay for it. This is where we are. But that one is not apart, my brother. We have been doing our best. And I promise you, I think this one will be the last problem we are going to have in this issue. Just believe me. And then we're watching it. Yes. Right.
Speak loud. Yeah, I just want to ask a little bit. I just want to ask a little bit question.
Audience, please. Somebody.
Audience, please. I want to just speak one thing, ZOF, pertaining the rotation of the IPOB member all over the world. That this struggle are moving forward is because of IPOB. And without IPOB, this movement will not move forward. So far, so good. DOS, is it any preparation to prepare IPOB member in Nigeria? Because the struggle is a worldwide struggle. And if anything happened to IPOB member in Nigeria, it's going to affect them no matter what they go. Because Obama said that protection of Nigeria the second is the television. I'm not seeing it. I don't know what is the problem. It's not being functioned the way it's supposed to be functioned. This is only the
Thank you.
Okay.
No, it's one more. Oh, but I'm back to your name. Okay.
When you know what is going on in IPOB, you need the head judge. Like Mwa now, how am I got it very hard for them to explain things to me because I know everything. The only thing I normally communicate with them, they will not give me advice. Now coming to the BTV, I need to tell you, we have been doing our best. To tell you the truth, that BTV cost us almost 800 every month. 800. We never come to anybody to ask, give us money with everything that happened with Ogun and so ever. But we try our best. What I'm promising all of you here this evening on air, because I can see Mazi Nzurumike is live. From today to maybe in the next couple of weeks, the BTV will change. You people will see our effort. We have been trying to communicate with people that will manage that BTV. It's not easy because of giving password. You can give a wrong person password, which you can tell to Kanu and Nnamdi, which we are shouting now. So we will take our time to select and make sure we get the better people, which they are on process now. Buying gadgets to them is not easy for us as well. We have spent almost 1,000 plus euro buying those gadgets, trying to. Mazi Nzurumike is my witness. He is the one coaching them how to enter, how to log in. We tried to do such yesterday, but it couldn't work out. We saw okay after the 30th minute. So Mazi, I promise you, you will get the best from this moment in that BTV. In there, we'll watch it. Thank you.
Please, 1 minute is okay, please. There's no time.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
My name is Chukwudi. And I actually made a submission to our deputy HOD. Because in the Bible, I see onye furoji, baoji, nkunada furoji kwada.
Your zone.
My zone is a Castellina room. So, Yen chori our HOD and now I take it to leadership. Because okay, before I say this, I have to tell you that when I was in Italian language school, so there they were telling us about history and everything. There, my maestra told me that Biafran children is offer the world one sickness, which they also told me at home. But here I confirmed it. He said the children of this Italy, when they don't want to eat, their mother will tell them to eat. So we not be like Biafran children. So all of them, they will be afraid and eat. So that one apart, and being this 30th May, at the early stage of the preparation, we have beats in Radio Biafra, and they taught us a lot of history about Biafra. So that is what I want to beg the leadership, that they should, please, we must not wait till the 30th May or this thing. Our people, because life is a race, our people have to be knowing each and every, if possible, every minute, we should know our history, because that history is who we are. As in mmiri azụ hapụ mmiri imana ngwere hafu ko shaka barrier. So one of the things I see that we are suffering today is because we don't know our history, and some of us, and also black men, it's very hard for us to listen. That is all I have to say. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Biafrans.
Clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for him. Very, very important that we clap for him, because you don't know what he has just said. Yeah, is 100% correct.
Yeah.
It's only when you know your history that you can be able to survive his future. That reminds me, Fulani removed history according to what I heard from our curriculum. And there's a reason for that. So you don't know what happened to your forefathers And then normally, if you know what happens to your past, you will now know how to fashion yourself against the future. Igbo people call it Ike Mpucha. And I want to assure him with this at this very juncture and with this very moment that I'm going to make it happen. We in IPOB will have specialists. We have great tutors. When it comes to Biafran history, we have them. I will try my best to engage one of them to make it not yearly, but as often as possible. And that will be aired on air live and all from time to time. And maybe there will be a jingle or information about it, a kind of flyer for people to be informed. On so day, there's going to be tutorial, Biafran history tutorial by Mazi so or Dr. So. And we can make it happen. It's something, and it makes sense. It's got a point today. Because that can save life. It can save life. So, I want to thank you for that. And Mazi National, microphone back to you.
There was I think I also got that job.
Our people are we living asking our leader wife and his children how are they doing? Are they eating?
Okay, well, comes here.
Very important, very important.
Yeah.
Let me answer you. After onwe niile awụwo n'igwe akwa onwe izu niile agbara na nke eze ka a na-ebu aga ya na so m ji gwa gị ihe m ji tụra gị ilu a na-awụ na ihe a wee special question ka ị jụrụ and it's not meant for consumption of public. Number one. So onye m eji ji adịghị ka HOD ọdọ jiri ya gba nkịtị, but I will just brief you a little bit. I know she's doing fine.
Because international
without us, she don't have no faith again.
I'm taking care of them.
Thank you.
All hail Biafra. IPOB. One family. I just want to express my gratitude and joy to our deputy Mazi, please now. To our deputy HDOS.
This is good.
That he came all the way from Germany to be with us today. I still want to appreciate the national coordinator, his deputy, and his executives. And I join them to apologize for any misorganization in any form at all is being presented today. We will work on it months. But my own, I come with a joyful something. I did not come to ask any question.
Oh, yeah.
Three are the things. Number one, my deputy national coordinator, he became Babo just some days ago.
Babo.
And then, you know, in my place, we used to father. Babo. Father.
Hey, congrats. Congrats.
Now, you know, we used to rub powder. No? Of one, right? So I told him to bring powder. I will not only watch it in video when she's in Biafra land. So this is the powder. I will rub anybody who is happy before you go. Whether I hear, anyhow, you rub your own. Then when you buy out for pharmacia, so no medicine there inside. Then secondly, with authorization from national, I didn't tell him. I want to call on, I want to exhort IPOB Italy. If you know that you are good in anything, maybe in anything you can present something, you know, you can work on projects. You know, our liaison, there is something they did for us. Having a liaison office, liaison, how did they pronounce it?
That's correct. Yes.
Liaison, because me, sometimes I don't pronounce it well, I know.
Or you pronounce
that
it
office is not something we need to just leave it like that. It is dormant. I want us to work, I would like us to work in that office. If anyone will look at the flyer, it was talking about business projects and negotiations for Southeast, I think. Let's go back to that flyer. I'm not remembering it exactly. of which that office is a tramite, is in between. Yes. Okay. So if you have ideas, we want BTV to function. You know you have any program, just write it. Write your idea down. Some of us, you can go to AI, artificial intelligence, and let it help you to write. Present it. National, they gave me the order. You can present it through me and I will forward it to national. Then again, secondly, any program at all, we are invited that we need to make it do what? Happen. Then anything. Write it and present, not the one we talk, then we'll forget. Then there is, I still want to invite, I want to Ganchare, and the parole this brother, when he said, in English or that for the fact that amen, we are blessed, lavoriamo, tanti di no, Allora, I am, by God's grace, and I was forced to, I'm the financial secretary and I'm now acting treasurer of Italy. I promise you I will not eat your money. I will not eat your money.
I hope you voted her very, very, very correct.
My own oath is from bites. My legs on the ground, even my head, then my body I was lying. Apart from oath, because some people are taking the oath. Nenaya took the oath. And yet, Nenaya took the oath, and yet, look at where we are. It's because, not that I am also a servant of God. I know that it's not also every servant of God that is also honest. But I know myself. I know that I am honest. I will be honest in that. I will be. So I feel like, as our brother said, if in case, not only waiting on your meetings, in your heart, you are touched. You are sensible enough to think about something, but like things that National said they are not of public consumption, I think you can call. You can call and say, I'm touched or I am led to do this. Now I'm an apostle, and in the church they will say, you people talk tight. But if you are an IPOB, our tithe is our sacrifice. And believe you me, there is no way you can give and you will not be blessed. ESN, they are divine angels in the land. Absolutely. There is no way you can give to ESN and the Lord will not bless you. I have testimonies. Absolutely. Before I enrolled. I know some of us here, some of you think something about me of which they will say, because no, I came in alone. Because I had the testimony. Yes. I know that this is a divine project. Yes. And anybody that is here and you want to be here with all your heart has to be with all of your heart. And the Lord will bless us. Yes. We need to get away from all these our gossips and all these our bad thoughts, distractions. Even if I have problem with you, we'll make peace and we'll continue. All must hail. I remember my baby father. Sorry, National. Thank you.
IPOB, one family. IPOB, one family. One family. I'm not a tickler and from where when you came. Yeah, you could talk one day. Yes. Please, what Wada said is very important. I forgot to explain that before. If you know that you have something to give us in that BTV, particularly if you know anything about media, please, we need you people now. Everybody is important, not because maybe HOD is here. Nobody.
Thank you.
And what I want to say in front of the HOD, I remember this incident. It's very important. Please, if you know that you are here, you never paid your BDF or burial leave, enwe onye ma onye ga-anwụ echi ihe m ji na-ekwu okwu a na-awụ na even anwụchana m jọrọ dị na accident. No, it's true. Enwe onye ma onye ga-anwụ echi. I know what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, please, ụmụ Chineke, penny where go, even if it's 20 euro, before you know, you will clear it. No day Italy have lost somebody and that person is complete or up to date. No, even in the whole Europe. I don't know if I'm right. No place. Anybody that's passed out, if you go and check, it's not up to date. You will say, what is going on? Does it mean that in the at least we want to try what is going on. At least you know how the Europe can send the person cops home and whatever, but nothing. So please, why I'm saying this is for me not to get a complaint of please send me, help me, Onishi, send me something I want to do, go to commission. No coordinator to call me and tell me I should sign something without paying that BDF and burial labor. It's very important. He will try maybe for me to be corrupt and lie to you later now. No national delegate. So please, the law remains that way. If you pay it, you call me, I write what I'm supposed to do. Yes, because of how much very important.
Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. My name is Odin. Audience. I'm a coordinator from Biela Zone in Torino. So, if you want to serve, I have a question.
Audience.
Audience.
Are you people not with us here?
I have a question that I want to ask our leader here, please. When we are coming, we are discussing something, if you remember. Is there any way the IPOP leaders will start thinking how to, we that is in diaspora here, because we have seen what is going on in our land, where they are killing our people, and the world is changing today. Is there any way you will start thinking of how to start preparing people here?
Very important.
Start preparing people here. I don't want to say a lot of people understand what I'm saying. Start preparing people here for ahead, because what we are seeing at home is not something that we can. It's impossible, but it's happening there. So we cannot just keep quiet and waiting until Mazi Nzurumike will come out. Then we'll start and say, okay, we are going to do this. Is there any way we can start preparing people? Because there are some of us here, we are tired and we are ready to do anything. Let us start preparing ourselves.
Very important.
And because all these governors will see, causing all this confusion, if we start getting ourselves prepared, we can have the capacity to do it.
Exactly.
5, 6, 7 people, discipline to the core. Bring them out. Let them know 1 year, 2 years, they are prepared. Let them go home and do the need for there. This is very, very important. Number two, I want to talk about Mazi. I'm his coordinator. And I want you to explain a little bit about him, because what is really going on there with him, me personally, I'm not happy about it. But I have spoken with my national here. A lot of things have been going on. Me personally, I have talked to him. I asked him, what is the problem? Why can't you come down? But what he normally said is that he feel cheated. He feel like this thing that's happened between him and Ikenga, that IPOP is supporting Ikenga. If they give him sanction, they should give Ikenga sanction. And me personally, I have seen a lot of video Ikenga made. Contrary to what we are saying, Ikenga went and says 1 or 2 things that is bad against Methuselah's wife, and nobody was saying anything about that. You understand? So now he went and said his own, and he got suspended. I'm not saying that what he's saying is right. I have already, me myself, I've spoken with him, and I believe in discipline. I believe in discipline to the core, and I believe in straightforward. So what is really going on? Because as we stand now, he's our brother. We cannot kill him. His situation now is that he's already out of IPOP. So I want to hear from you if there's anything we can do to resolve this matter, because it's affecting us, so that we can move ahead. That's what I want to say. Oh, hey, Biafra.
Mazi. Oh, hey, Biafra. Mazi, he will answer you, but I want to tell you something. there is two different things in life: talking and discipline. I'll go and preach that thing.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, if let me give an example. If me and this my brother is quarreling and you are the king, when king calls two of us to answer, please, my brother, stop. You see this, my brother, quickly say, okay, king, I'm sorry. And you come to me, I will tell you, say no. I will not say sorry. I'll leave that whatever video or whatever there. Nobody control me what I do with my microphone. So you will see now, you will punish me and you will not punish him again. But both of us committed that riot. That is exactly what is going on between Ikenga, as you said, and Paul Achebe. So, I am not from Anambra, so I want to make it clear in front of him. When they give me that post for me to control all of them in media, God knows I normally advise all of them when I call meetings. Even sometimes, Mazi Chinasa will say, call, let me talk to them. But him, Methuselah, as you said, is the only two that don't want to belong in anything IPOB is doing. Don't even want to respect the DOS. When he called them on meeting now, please, Paul Achebe, go and delete this video. Paul Achebe will tell you nobody has right to tell him what to do about his video. So my brother, tell me. So if he that me now in front of all of you, we are going to do an experiment because I believe all of us is under oath. I will call Ikenga right away in front of all of you and command him to delete any of his video now. He will do it now, here, now. Let us call Paul Achebe. So it's different in between discipline and obedience. Onyendu taught us obey before complain. But this my brother never obey before complaining. He like complaining. Exactly.
Insubordination.
Exactly. He knows this. I know his grievances. I know why you want to. You are going to hear from him. But once I'm concerned as Italian National Coordinator, I'm saying it in front of Deputy HOD, Paul Achebe remains suspended in Italy or even in Europe. Why? Because he must do the needful to do. He cannot come and beg me while he has something to do. We have ordered him to go and remove the video he did against European rep. Also, European rep, all of you will not see that one. All of you will not see because all of us are the same in this thing. You think that you have microphone, you will go and talk anything you want, and now you are coming on the ground to beg and you don't want to remove the video. Impossible.
That language he used, we would have invited him for him to tell us what came.
I think I will not add much. I think he has responded well. Everybody understands what we're doing. If you have been a part of what we're doing, then you know the way to go. Obey before complain. Onyendu will tell you. Sometimes Onyendu will even know that you know what, you be on your side. I know a situation where Onyendu was on the side of somebody who was being disciplined by a high-ranking officer. What Onyendu said is that you know what, that thing is our modus operandi. Go and carry out your suspension, and then let's see what happens. That person was very obedient. Somebody I don't want to call now. That person is still active today. After doing that, Onyendu now saw to it and said, okay, you are right. I don't see what you did wrong, but for some reason, you are being punished, being sentenced, being sanctioned. And now that you have served your sanction, there's something I want you to do because of your obedience. Because of your obedience. When you promoted that person, of course, you know everything we're doing is voluntary. It's not a position here and there, it's not a big deal. But the person was glad to take up that new assignment by our leader. The leader elevated her. She started doing a very better job and got more responsibility. And this is somebody that was sanctioned 6 months suspension by another high-ranking officer who doesn't belong to the struggle anymore. These are one of those people who wanted to overthrow Onyendu after he got into Kuje 2015. You guys know how much we fought. That Onyendu's place remains. He has the deputy Uchemefo. take care of that very seat for the time being until the leader is out. The then national coordinators in Europe will fought. I personally, to a point, Mazi was like, there was no meeting of reconciliation that will take place without Mazi Nzurumike. He was not going to. I must be there because I'm somebody that stand my ground and I will say the truth. But I don't know how to massage. I don't know. I don't want to know. Only you know is inside. You are busy fighting to take over. Unaga Asia and rally the national coordinators to, play your beat. And then you came to Europe. From Europe, you want to go to America. I stop one hand here. You can't go further. You are our superiors, but we have seen that now. The rules. The rules. How can you now want to overthrow Nnamdi? Now, for now, the deputy director of Radio Biafra, who was the deputy leader of the struggle. So now it is you, Mazi, Urania, Clifford, and Omemi that want to take over. It will not happen. It will not happen now. So we resisted, and that was it. And we won. As simple as that. So all we hear none of this struggle. Obey before complaint, first and foremost. And then, of course, the matter can be in your favor based on his reaction. But some people now know what they want to fight and fight and fight. But this is a struggle here, bro. We are not in a Pawine club or something of that nature. This is a paramilitary. Now by that we are disciplined and peaceful. But in nature, it's a paramilitary move. So in there, another question.
Yes. I think we'll have another 5 minutes to go.
Okay, thank you.
Please,
Only sin there, Equalega. You go na only see. My brother, a second. I was a former Christiana de Latina coordinator. And when he had our case, upon the lies, which I know very well, even my national coordinator knows that there's a lie against me. And he asked me to step down. And I did it without complaint. And today I'm still a member. As I said earlier, it's not a matter of being a coordinator. It's a matter of your heart, you have to be strong. Only see because my question about what are we doing to see if we can get a lawyer for Onyendo? That's my question that you didn't answer me. And in a full scale, let me just compliment IPOB here before I jump, because this is the last time I will speak. IPOB, one family. IPOB. I want you to, I know you have been resistance in our struggle. Cross your heart. As our leader has crossed his heart in the Kuja prison. If our leader has accepted to change anything or accept the conditions of Nigeria, today he could have been out. But he's still there because he never changed. And why should we change? Our leader said that we are the ones to disappoint him. But I will count myself that I will never disappoint him as little as I can. So I am pleading to every one of us as we remain consistent in what we are doing. And let us remain so till the end of this struggle. IPOB, thank you very much.
Even in addition to possibility
No, not that it gives me.
Let me hear you. I didn't get your point.
Guy is calling.
I know you asked a very human question. It's a human question. But what we're doing, unfortunately, is much more complicated.
It's not.
It's much more complicated. I know many Biafrans will sit somewhere and have coin their own imaginations and come with a logical way of approaching things. Which I am the same like any other person who also think the way you think. But what is happening behind the scenes is something else. we have a situation where, for whatever reasons, will I say, there have been some deviation from the way things are supposed to, to be run. You guys have seen it yourself. All of a sudden, Ezokume is not there, and Mazi Nzurumike is not there, and all that. And then you ask yourself, is Sonia not aware? Did he not sign? Did he not approve that these two step aside, and then they just, oh, we're not washing his brain? And I don't know how to go about reversing that very effect. That the brain is washed to another level, and I have to bring it back to stabilize it, and then for him not to. The reason why I'm saying this is because he has taken a step. He has approved these people that are there. Although you saw him in court with them, with Jumako and all that. I don't believe in hiding. I don't. I'm not my case. We all saw him korokoro.
My point about, despite of deviation and everything,
yeah,
IPOB will right as IP association to bring a lawyer, say whatever they bring, this man must be.
Excuse me. IPOB has so many rights. We have been having a lot of rights. What happened with your money with Nnamdi? We also have rights, but it's not what happened. In the bottom of the we're right. Are you going to force a lawyer on the neck of our leader? You cannot. He has to. Our leader, I don't know what people think about it. The man can decide what he wants to do. He made a decision, maybe on the pressure of through misleading approach from some quarters. But it's up to you if you have made your own decision. He's the defendant. He's the one that has to be defended. And he has the right to make choices. You cannot, as an organization, say you have a right and therefore you will impose a lawyer on him if he doesn't want. If he doesn't want, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. We have discouraged, we saw it coming, we discouraged it and tried. We use the necessary tools, people we sent to him and said, this is in your own interest. But at the end of the day, he made his own decision. Do you remember when one of his siblings came up and said they have been ordered to open to Radio Biafra? Yeah. Which doesn't exist today. We do believe he did order them to do so. My brother, if we have, I'm trying to put so many things in there. Talk about this. So the points together. Where is the penalty for them? You know me. What opens our life?
So we don't know. Our lovely sister. We love you.
They get discharged, yeah?
Yes.
They get discharged, yeah? One of them. Go ahead, yeah.
So from me, Jofu and Tottenham have done their job. And we should have allowed them to put pressure based on that pronouncement on the zoo continuously and even escalate it to international level. That would have done a better job for Oyedu, and instead of what we have today, when he has time to come and take my microphone and say, my lord, this is what the paper is saying. So what is the need for what is the need? If our leader has to now take this paper now say this is my right. Oh, a lawyer question exactly. So when can I go ask him that go? So we believe the same thing happened when he traveled, we didn't know. The same thing my brother came. He traveled to Kenya and we didn't know he went to Kenya. Not once, not twice. HOD, the whole HOD but Kanu knows. But Kanu knows. Are we in a family business? If you want to follow the structure, you test. Okay. HOD has been there as national coordinator of issues. We volunteered to make very dangerous journeys on our own that would have taken our head and nothing will happen. But we did. It was his money, it was my money, it was my money. That's not what you travel today, you will not get, but you tell some of them. One day my Americans, you can do it.
For real.
It will come out today, now how you go to high school? So these are the problems we're having. I will need a potential. We need to sit down together. This cannot go continue. It cannot continue. We should have it corrected. If we have to forge ahead all together, we have to have it corrected. And make use of your structure or whole kitchen cabinet.
Exactly.
If the HDOS is there for you as an advisory body, then let it function that way. And when you say about the whole HDOS, at least all good HOD this year. Maybe it will strike him and say, oh, don't go. What the potential of getting like a bam. Maybe you will have objected.
I go raise alarm.
Or if we must, watch over his back.
Or watch his back.
Or even raise alarm when he was in Kenya.
If all these things doesn't happen, they will not be separating the wheat art from the corn.
It's true, sir.
So from now, I want to know.
I was there. I said, because I know a guy like this, you know, we have gone to hell. Asano told us that, do we know that if Buhari knows our presence is here, we will all be wiped out? Right. Now they care for my life, you know, my hotel, they buy that's like a guarantee. But no one so much a bluept from our leadership.
God revenge.
The Quack guys will talk to Biafra with you people who didn't ban me. Now I learn and say, hey, wait. If it's expressway, it will not be strong. Struggle means if you have a narrow road and you are bigger than that narrow road, you have to force yourself, so squeeze, and that's the definition of a struggle. So anybody that will think a struggle means, you know, a paradise and come and chop here, like you said, that person is not only deceiving himself, but doing himself a disservice. So I must actually thank IPOB Italy because you have been doing a very fantastic job. And I'm telling you this, you guys are doing the best fantastic job. It doesn't mean that you cannot do more, But if the ones who have done as I join up the more also, yeah, what also.
Aka Biafra.
So it means we must continue this trend. When we talk about which family in the world is formidable, I probably Italy. I don't know whether you have rival anymore. You know? Yes. So and we are, and I must also thank our people back home. You see, these are guys who will walk out of their father's houses and will not be sure of their lives coming back. That is just the truth today. Before, I used to think blacks in America are the ones that are threatened so badly because there are a lot of KKK people in police. They find a reason to gun them down. You know, if you see a young man, a black man who goes out, you know, for his own business and he doesn't come back home. And then nothing happens to that police. But today, our own is even the worst. Our own is even the worst. Look at the young people being gunned down every day. Some of them, of course, out of their stupidity, because either with some idiot somewhere commanding them to mess around. IPOB will follow, you know, our not only code of conduct, we follow honesty, and we follow what makes sense. The last thing we want to do is to spill the blood of our people. Nobody should send you a harm's way where there's no assurance that you can survive there and come back. Nobody does that. This leadership will not do it. If you are sent the harm's way, you are equipped to do what you need to do, protect yourself and all that. But you have people now who are believing in some idiot somewhere, telling them to go and die, and they go and die just for nothing. For nothing. If you're going to rescue a village where Fulani is being invaded, and with their cows and you know, raping women and all that, and you die in that cause, it makes sense. That makes sense. That's for the struggle. Now, when somebody says you to go and kidnap and you're kidnapping your own people, that is not what IPOB does. IPOB is not in our DNA. It is in our DNA to better the life of our people and to protect them, and not to make their life more difficult or worse. So we must differentiate between indigenous people of Biafra. IPOB is original. I have said it before. IPOB is original. There's no fake about it. Any other name as suffix or prefix is fake. As simple as that. If you want to go and answer Briggy or whatever is your name, let it be and stick to it. And if you are making any poster, don't put Nnamdi Kanu there. Don't put anything IPOB. Do your own thing, isn't it? Of course. Because Chukwu Abia myself, we should come. And that is why we're successful today. Even Onyendu, or what has happened to him, unfortunately, will not lead to his death. By the grace of God. It will not lead to the worst case scenario. Because Chukwu Abia also asked him to come. Chukwu Abia asked him to come. And he will survive what the ordeal is going through. He will survive it. So, and we know how Chukwu Abia works. He will not forsake you. It doesn't mean that you might not fall into trouble one day, but he will not forsake you because he asked you to come. So we'll pray for our leader, Mazi Nzurumike. Whatever happens, pray for him. Meanwhile, the leadership is doing what it has to do to support his release. In as much as there are cows, everybody knows there are cows on the field of legality. But things have been sorted out to make sure that it is in his own best interest. We have used so many means, including individuals, to even go to speak to him. Speak to him so that those deceiving him to take the wrong decisions will not succeed. Because it is not in best interest that he is now the one representing himself, talking in the court. It's so bad, isn't it? And that we never saw before. We had a strategy. The strategy was our team of lawyers, very, very formidable lawyers, they won the case. As simple as that. Now, fix your step on that and fight and make sure that that very pronouncement from that court stands. And we had the opportunity to do that. It was just there. In the worst case scenario, we can invite some necessary, waters to now step into to make sure that because the zoo was feeling already uncomfortable in that very case, in that very situation, with the Zeko manager. That zoo was completely crumbled and obliterated completely. And my brothers and my sisters, this was where we were. That's where we were. And the zoo had no chance. They were like, where do we go from here now? I don't want to use a very raw word here. In Igbo language, that's the way you say it. When you hold them somewhere. They had no chance at all with that very situation. Until somehow some people went to deceive our leader. Will put it that way. I'm a very straightforward person. That's the other option will be better. An option where our leader will now be the one standing and defending himself and calling Yanko my lord, and this and that. It's not supposed to be that way. But I thank God that we are still on it, making sure that the right thing happens. So at this juncture, I want to thank all of you once more and say, let us be more than this very number by next time. Let us be more than this, and that will take not only your coordinator, and it will take all of us. It will take our effort to bring back some of our brothers who somehow maybe were not focused like you. We can bring them back, let them be more focused again, talk to them, and because people must understand, we have no other option. I have tried my best to research whether we have an option to all this. We have no option. Any option?
No option.
Some of them are talking about restructuring. What is restructuring? Is it not a Buri Accord? Is there any difference? Because of that, they killed about 10 million people. Yet, today, some of them who fought us are not talking